Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the various configurations of the molecules. In them, the first one is the D and L notation. Generally, it is more frequently used to denote the configuration of sugars. That's why here we are writing as D and L sugars. Okay, scientist Fisher given this type of DL notation or DL nomenclature. Here, firstly, the taken molecule is written in the form of this kind of Fisher formula. Fisher formula. After writing this Fisher formula, we have to set that molecule most oxidized part of the molecule is written above the portion of the structure or formula. Okay, here all are some glucoses are there. Here in this most oxidized part in glyceraldehyde, more oxidized part is aldehyde, which is written in top of the portion of the molecule. Similarly, glucose, ribose, fructose, these these molecules are also written in the form of Fisher projection. Most oxidized part of those molecules are written over the top of the structure. And after writing this Fisher structure for a molecule, we have to observe the bottom portion of the Fisher formula. Bottom portion of the Fisher formula. Suppose here glyceraldehyde molecule is taken. Glyceraldehyde molecule is taken. In this glyceraldehyde molecule, most oxidized part is aldehyde, written at the top of the projection formula. And then you observe the penultimate carbon. That means the last but one carbon or last but one asymmetric carbon. Here, last but one carbon is this one, HOH group. Okay. So, on that last but one or penultimate carbon, this penultimate carbon is occupied by OH group at right side of the formula. At right side of the formula. So, if or if any molecule after writing Fisher projection formula as this, if OH group on last but one carbon or penultimate carbon is present on right side to the formula, then its configuration is taken as D. Its configuration is written as the D. So this glyceraldehyde is called as the D-glyceraldehyde. Capital D glyceraldehyde, because after writing Fisher projection formula for the glyceraldehyde, OH group of last but one carbon is occupied at right side of the formula. Right side of the formula. So it is called as the D-glyceraldehyde. Here it is. Next example is glucose. These two are glucose Fisher projection formulae. It is also written in Fisher formula, in which most oxidized part is aldehyde is written at the top of the formula, and then you go for last but one carbon, that is penultimate carbon, where OH group, which is shaded with yellow color, is occupied at right side. Yellow shaded OH group is last but one carbon occupied with OH group. Okay, so that this is called as the D-glucose. Similarly, it is another glucose molecule which has OH group on last but one carbon is at left side of the formula. Then that glucose is represented as the L-glucose. That is called as a L-glucose. This D-glucose and L-glucose. D-glucose and L-glucose both are enantiomers. That means these two are non-superimposable mirror images. So these two are enantiomers, D-glucose and L-glucose. Okay, here. Next it is ribose. It is written in Fischer projection formula. Last but one carbon observed, on which OH group is presented on left side to the formula. That's why we are written as L-ribose. If you go to the fructose, it is fructose, which is a ketose. Ketose means the sugar is having ketone group at the top of the structure. This is ketone group. Most oxidized part of fructose is ketone group. And you go for the last but one carbon, on which OH group is present at right side of the structure. So it is termed as D-fructose. So this DL system can also be applied to other chiral molecules. Examples to amino acids are given. Here these two are amino acid. Amino acid means which contain one amine group and COOH group. So it is amino acid. It is alanine. This is what? Alanine. Most oxidized part in this molecule is carboxylic acid group, which is present on top side of the structure. So, and last but one carbon is yellow shaded one, which contains NH2 group. Like OH group, here we are having NH2 group. NH2 group is taken as a as a representation for this configuration. Okay, NH2 group, which is present on left side, OH NH2. So these are electronegative groups. OH group and NH2 group, like that chloride groups, they have more electronegativity. So that more electronegative group, we like OH group, NH2 groups, position we have to check. So in this alanine, more electronegative NH2 group is present on left side. So that it is called L-alanine. Similarly, another molecule of alanine is taken here. That NH2 group is present on right side. NH2 group is present on right side. So it is called as a D-alanine. So to represent D and L configurations of sugars or any other amino acids like molecules, we have to check, we have to write the Fischer formula of a particular molecule, and you have to arrange most oxidized part of that molecule at the top side of the representation, and next you go for the last but one carbon, which is called as penultimate carbon. That penultimate carbon should have, if the penultimate carbon has electronegative groups like OH, NH2 groups at the right side, is called as the D representation. If they are occupied at the left side of the last but one carbon, then it is said to be as L representation or L configuration. So this is broadly we can, it is a very convenient method to get simple configurations of the molecules. Okay. And then L and D is a means of describing absolute configuration of molecule that predates R and S. Is still used for some biological molecules. So it is a very quick way to denote the enantiomers. Generally, enantiomers are represented by using dextro and levo forms or levo molecules. But that is a very time-taking one. If you after getting a rotation towards plane polarized light only, we can say those dextro or levo molecules. But this representation, capital D, capital L representation of configurations is very easy, quick way to denote the enantiomers of the any molecules. Like easily here we discussed about D glucose and L glucose. These two are enantiomers. Just by saying D glucose, L glucose are the enantiomers, like that way. Okay, but this capital D, capital L, DL relation is not saying any optical activity of the molecule. Any optical activity of the molecule. It is only configuration based on last but one carbon occupied groups. It is not related to the optical activity of the molecules. It gives us only mirror images of the molecules, but not any optical activity of the molecules. So it is very easy to represent. Okay, this is about the D and L sugars, and you go for next slide for other examples. Fisher big guess. Okay, before 1951, Fisher had scientist Fisher has had no way to knowing the plus and minus glyceraldehyde configurations of plus and minus. Plus and minus means dextro and levo forms of glyceraldehyde had not known by the Fisher. So he guessed in what way? In this way, particular D and L way. So here he firstly glyceraldehyde molecule was written by Fisher in two forms. These are the two forms, and minus enantiomer, that is levo enantiomer, was suggested that L form. He suggested what he adjusted. He suggested the L glyceraldehyde or minus enantiomer. Levo form of glyceraldehyde is considered or he designated as L form. Okay, in that D form of glyceraldehyde is designated as D. That is dextro form is represented as a D. Okay, now. So eventually that what he guessed about the L glyceraldehyde, D glyceraldehyde. L glyceraldehyde, capital L glyceraldehyde is negative enantiomer, negative rotation of plane polarized light, and D glyceraldehyde is positive enantiomer uh, uh, of the glyceraldehyde. Okay, now. So his guess was um, uh, he taken a right guess. He taken right guess, and his guess was corrected. Okay, so this is the called as Fisher's big guess. He guessed about D and L glyceraldehydes. D is the dextro form of the glyceraldehyde enantiomer. L is the capital L is the levo form of the glyceraldehyde. So it is called as the Fisher's big guess, but it is not actually correct. D form is not representing as dextro. L form is not about the levo form of the molecules. Those are quite different to this capital D and capital L. That levo and dextro are the optical activities of the molecules. Optical activities of the molecules. Okay, right. Next, here few examples are given. 5 carbon aldehyde sugar simply. Here all are written in Fisher formulas. All are written in Fisher formulas and arranged their most oxidized parts over the top portion of the molecular representation, and just you check yellow shaded groups, that is OH groups, which are present on last but one or penultimate carbons. Here in this particular ribose sugar, it is sugar. OH group is occupied at left side of the molecule, so that it is L. In this particular arabinose sugar, OH group is present on also same side, that is left side, so that it is capital L arabinose. Capital L arabinose. Similarly, here it is a ribose. It is a It is a mirror image of the L ribose. Mirror image of L ribose is this ribose, in which OH group is present at right side of the molecule, which is represented D. And then here it is a mirror image of L arabinose, in which OH group is present on right side, so that it is D arabinose. So that it is called as D arabinose. Next it is xylose sugar. It is what? Xylose. It is xylose sugar, in which OH group is present on left side of the last but one carbon. So it is called L-xylose. L-xylose. And then it is also, it is Lexose or Lexose, L-lexose, L-lexose. Next to these two are the mirror images of the xylose and lexose, which are having configurations of D capital D, because of their OH groups are occupied at the right side of the molecular representations. So this is DL configurations, which was proposed by scientist called Fisher. Okay, next to cis trans. Already we discussed cis trans isomerism or geometrical isomerism, in which uh, double bonded carbons, if have same groups at same site, that form is called cis form, and same groups on opposite sides to the double bonded carbons, then that is called as the trans form. But here, if any double bonded molecules contain 4 different groups on double bonded carbons, it is not easy to say which molecule is cis and which molecule is trans. Okay, here one example is given. In this particular example, this double bonded carbons, this carbon is having chlorine and methyl group, this carbon is having bromine and fluorine. So 4 are not different groups. 4 groups are different groups. So particularly for this kind of molecules, it is not easy to or impossible to get cis and trans forms of the molecule. At that time, we have to use another nomenclature, which is called EZ nomenclature. EZ nomenclature. EZ nomenclature. Next, we go for EZ nomenclature. EZ notational system. In this particular EZ notational system, firstly, the groups occupied on double bonded carbons are given priorities on the basis of few rules. That rules we discussed later. After giving the priorities to groups which are occupied on double bonded carbons, if here uh, at this particular side of the double bonded carbon, red shaded and this green shaded are there, if after giving priorities to those groups, red shaded is is getting higher preference and or priority. Green shaded ball is getting or group is getting least preference or least priority. Okay, now next at the same time here black and blue groups are here. That means the groups are represented with black color and blue color. After giving preferences or priorities to those groups according to some rules we discussed about later, then black one is getting lower priority and blue one is getting higher priority. So after giving the priorities to the groups present on the double bonded carbons, we have to check higher ranked groups and lower higher ranked groups are present on which side, are present at what directions. So here red color one is higher one on this first double bonded carbon. Here blue colored group is having higher priority. So these two higher priority groups are present opposite to the double bonded carbons. They are opposite. Okay, then in that particular situation we have to assign the form of this molecule as antigen, antigen, that is E form. This is what E. If higher preferenced groups are present on same side, like this way. If higher preferenced groups are occupied at same side of the double bonded carbons, that form or that molecule is called jusamen. That form is called as what? Jusamen or Z, Zusamen or Z. So by this way, if different groups are present on double bonded carbons, we can say cis trans isomers in the form of like this EZ forms or EZ molecules. This particular system of nomenclature is called as EZ system or EZ notational system. Here two examples are given. Here this is pent-2-ene line bond structure is given, pent-2-ene. Okay, in pent-2-ene you observe this side, it is methyl group and it is hydrogen. Methyl group is given more priority than hydrogen, and here it is hydrogen, and in this side it is having ethyl group. This is what ethyl group, carbon carbon C2H5 group. So ethyl group is given more priority. These more priority groups are present opposite to each other, so that this pent-2-ene is called as E-pent-2-ene. E-pent-2-ene. E. Next, if you observe this molecule, this is also pent-2-ene, in which more priority groups are present on same site, so that it is called as the Z-pent-2-ene. Z-pent-2-ene. So more priority groups are present on same site. Here 2-bromo, 1-chloro, 1-fluoroethene. Two molecules of 2-bromo, 1-chloro, 1-fluoroethene are taken. Here in this first molecule, just you observe the pink color chlorine is given higher priority because of its atomic number than the fluorine. Atomic number of chlorine is 17, atomic number of fluorine is 9. So that chlorine is given more priority. And in this, observe the second carbon groups. Here it is bromine and hydrogen. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Atomic number of bromine is 35. So bromine is given as higher priority. So these higher priority groups are present on same side. Higher priority groups are present on same side. So that this is called Z. 2-bromo, 1-chloro, 1-fluoroethene or Z form or Z representation. If these higher priority groups, you observe here the same compound here is given another molecule of that compound. It is having higher priority groups at opposite sites. So that this is called E form. This is called what? E form. E2 bromo, 1 chloro, 1 fluoro, ethene. So like this way, EZ system of nomenclature worked out to assign E and Z forms of the molecules of the compound. Okay, this is a EZ notational system. Here in this particular EZ system, to give or to assign priorities, higher priority group, lower priority group, we have to follow few rules. These rules are called CIP rules, CIP rules. Con, C for con, I for indole, P for Prelog. Scientists were proposed these rules to assign higher priorities to the groups present on double bonded carbons. Double bonded carbons. Okay, we discuss about the double bond SIP rules. By following these rules only, we can give or we can assign higher priority groups and lower priority groups that are present on double bonded carbons. The first most rule is the atomic number. Already we discussed one example in last slide. So firstly, we have to observe the group which is directly connected to the, or the atom that is directly connected to the double bonded carbon. The group or the atom which has more atomic number or higher atomic number is given as higher priority or first priority. Here, this double bond carbon is occupied by chlorine atom and hydrogen atom directly connected to it. Chlorine is more atomic number than hydrogen, 17. So first preference is given to the chlorine. Okay, and here in this particular double bonded carbon, methyl group and methoxy group is there. In methyl group, carbon of methyl group is directly connected to the double bonded carbon. Carbon atomic number is 6. Carbon atomic number is how much? 6. In methoxy group, oxygen atom of methoxy group is directly connected to the carbon. Oxygen atom of methoxy group is directly connected to the carbon. Atomic number of oxygen is how much? 8. So carbon is 6, oxygen is 8. So that more preference will be given to the methoxy group as 1. As 1. Clearly here indicated the same thing. So firstly, we have to check the atomic numbers of the atoms of the groups that are connected to the double bonded carbons. The group which has more atomic numbered atom connection will get first priority. Next, if atomic numbers of the atoms are same, or same atoms are connected to the double bonded carbons, then you go for the atomic weights. Same atoms means we'll get isotopes. Same atoms with different atomic weights means they are called as the isotopes. Here, if such kind of isotopes are present, here this double bonded carbon is occupied by one hydrogen and a deuterium. D for deuterium. Both are the isotopes of hydrogen. But normal hydrogen H contains atomic number of 1. Deuterium is also contained as 1. But atomic weights are not same. Hydrogen atomic weight is 1. Deuterium atomic weight is 2. So more atomic weight, deuterium is having more atomic weight, so that it is giving as first priority. So by this way also we can give priorities to the groups present on double bonded carbons. One atomic number, second one is atomic weights. Next slide. If atomic numbers and atomic weights are same, then we go for the priorities. To decide the priorities of the groups, we have to go for the next atom to the connection or connected atom. Next atom to the connected atom. Here, next atom rule. It is simply called as next atom rule. Double bonded carbon is having methyl group CH3. In this CCl3, it is what? CCl3. Both groups are having connections with the double bonded carbon with first atoms are carbons. So their atomic numbers are same. Then you have to go for the second atom of the group which has connection with that first atom. In methyl group, second atom is hydrogen. Second atom is what? Hydrogen. In CCl3, second atom is chlorine. Chlorine is having more atomic number. So it will get first priority. Methyl group is getting second priority. Like that way, we have to give preferences. Higher and lower preferences, least preferences to the groups. So it is next atom rule. Understood? Next, hybridization. Fourth rule is hybridization. If bonded atom is same with different hybridization, then priority given to the triple, that is sp hybridization, then sp2 hybridization, then sp3 hybridization. In this particular rule, if the same atom is there with different hybridizations, then the atom with sp hybridization will be given more priority. Atom with sp hybridization is given more priority. Okay, here just you check examples to understand this rule. Here this double bonded carbon is having C double bond OH aldehyde group. This carbon is having which hybridization? sp2. Here this is also having CH2OH. Both are double bonded in both groups. The first atoms are carbons which are directly connected to the double bonded carbon. Second atoms are also same, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. But in aldehyde group, oxygen is a double bond, is having double bond with carbon. Double bond means sp2 hybridization. In this particular group, oxygen is connected with carbon. That carbon is having sp3 hybridization or single bond. Single bond means sp3 hybridization, double bond means sp2 hybridization. So sp2 hybridized carbon is given more priority than sp3 hybridized carbon. So that this aldehyde group is getting first priority. This is getting what? First priority. So like this way, we have to decide the priorities of the groups. Priorities of the groups. Next, another rule, R versus S. R versus S. Okay. So R versus S. R and S configurations we discuss in next topic. So if asymmetric center attached R and S configuration group, then priority will be given R configuration. In deciding enantiomers, we follow RS configurations. In that particular context, if R and S configured groups are present on double bonded carbons, our preference will be given to only the R configuration, not S configuration. Not a S configuration. In examples, it will be cleared. Next, E versus Z. Sometimes double bonded carbons may have another double bonded group with connection. At that situation, that double bonded carbon will be given E and Z also, that connected group also. At that time, which will be taken as more priority, that at that time that priority will be given Z configured group. Z configured, not for E. Z configured group is given more priority than the E configured group. E configured group. Okay. Next, here sequence rules in geometric isomer Z system. Another slide is there. Atoms attached by double bond or triple bond are given single bond equivalences. Already we seen these examples. Here it is one double bonded group. One double bonded group. It is three double bonded groups. So which is given more priority? This one, three double bonded groups. Cyanide, Cn is triple bonded, C triple bond, so that it is given more priority. If cyanide and CH2OH groups are present in this, it is first atom is carbon, in this also first atom is carbon, but next atom is here nitrogen, here oxygen, so that this group is given more. Here in these two groups, oxygens are occupied on first atom, that is carbons, but in second group carbon is bonded with double bond, that is sp2 hybridization. It is single bond, it is having sp3 hybridization. Okay, here both are having double bonds with oxygens. These two groups are having double bonds with oxygens, but this one is having hydrogen, this one is having no hydrogen, so this group is given more priority. This will given more priority. Here both are having this C double bond O, C double bond O, but here the C double bond O group is connecting with the OH group. In this, O is given more priority because its atomic number is more. O is given more priority. You observe this priority. Next, if COOH and COOR both are having COO, but the first one is having H, whereas second one is having R. R means alkyl groups. Like alkyl groups, it will be given more priority. You observe these examples while deciding the priorities of the groups present on double bonded carbons. Okay, here few examples are also there. RCOR, it is ketone. Okay, here this C double bond O is considered as two bonds with two oxygens, like this way. Okay, here C double bond OR is giving like this way. Okay, COOH, just for our understanding, is it is also given C double bond O. C triple bond N means it is having three bonds with three nitrogens. While deciding priorities, you have to observe these things. Okay, this is about the priorities of the groups. Here few examples are also given to understand. So it is 1,2-dichloroethene, 1,2-dichloroethene. This is a trans one because it is what? Trans one. Two groups, two chlorines are opposite to each other, so it is trans. While deciding its configuration, okay, here least priority, this is highest priority. It is highest priority, least priority. We know that two chlorines have more atomic number. They are opposite to each other, so that it is E. It is what? E isomer. This is same sites occupied, same groups, so that it is cis. Same groups on same side, so that it is cis isomer. Its configuration will be 1 2 1 2. So higher priority groups are present on same side, so that it is Z. Okay, like that way. Here we have another example. Another example is what? This is CH2Cl. This double bond is having CH3H. The first connection of the double bonded carbon is carbon. Atomic number is 6. Here the first connected atom is hydrogen. Atomic number is 1. So it is first priority, it is second priority. Okay, here this double bonded carbon is occupied by this group. The first atom is 2, carbon. Here this first atom is what? Chlorine. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. This has only 6, so that it is first priority, it is second priority. Then you check. So first priority groups are opposite to each other, so that it is integer form. That is E isomer. It is what? E isomer. Next here, Another example is written. Here you observe this CH3C. This is first one. This is first priority. It is second priority. Here it is first priority and it is second priority. First priority, second priority. Why lone pair is given least priority? When compared with with this group, lone pair is given as second priority. So 1 2 1 2. So 1 1 are same side, so that Z. Here 1 1 is opposite to each other, so it is anti or E. Okay, here simply but 2 in. Here 1 2, we know that 1 2 same side, higher opposite side, higher group, so that E. Higher groups are present at same side, so that Z. Here the same thing, it is having OH group, that is first priority. This nitrogen contains lone pair, it is not given here, you have to understand. So this is 1, this is 2, and here it is 1 first carbon, it is so first connection is carbon. Here first connection is also carbon, but this carbon is having double bond. That means here methyl group present, here CH double bond present. This is sp2 hybridized, this is sp3 hybridized. sp2 hybridized will be given more priority, so that it is first one, it is second one, it is first, it is second. So higher priority groups are same side, so that it is Z. Higher groups are same side, so that these two are given higher priority, so that this is Z. It is opposite to that previous one, this is E. Okay, next last example, here it is. This double bonded carbon is having already one hydrogen, it is not given. You have to imagine that one, it has a hydrogen. This is hydrogen atomic number is 1. This is alkyl group like any methyl, ethyl, propyl. Okay, right. So this alkyl group will be given more priority 1. This hydrogen will be given less priority 2. In this side also it is having here one hydrogen, so it will be given least priority when compared with the alkyl group present on the same carbon to that side, which given more priority. So these two alkyl groups are given more priority. These more priority groups are present opposite to each other, so that it is called antigen form. Antigen form, which is E form. Which is what? E form. Here the same alkyl groups. Here the alkyl groups are present on same side. Here two hydrogens present. Here two hydrogens present. These two hydrogens are least preferred or least prioritized groups. Okay, these two are higher priority groups, alkyl groups. Higher priority groups are present on same side, so that this form is called as the Z isomer. This form is called as what? Z isomer. Next, another example is also given here. If this kind of molecules are given, and this kind of notation most different to other examples. In that particular situation, the configuration of the molecule will be ambiguous. The configuration of the molecule will be ambiguous. That means an unbalanced or not cleared molecules. These are not cleared molecules. At that time, the E and Z configurations cannot taken correctly or perfectly, so that at that time that forms may be E form or maybe Z form. So these are the few examples of the EZ notations. The rules are very very important. SIP rules: Kohn, Ingold, Prilog rules, which are very important in deciding priorities of the groups present on double bonded carbons while deciding the geometrical isomers. So yes, this is about the various configurations, capital D, L configuration and EZ notation. Thank you.